That's my bag. Yeah.
All right, Bruin Nation, we're here. We're here. It's really a crazy thing. Hey there. What? I'm not saying anything good.
Wait, is there a specific time you want me to start doing it again? It's supposed to start at 7, so about.
All right. Good evening. Every year we get the honor and the privilege to recognize our seniors and for all that they've done for Piedmont. So at this time I'm going to introduce Coach Walker, and he's going to come up and recognize our seniors.
So we're going to introduce him in just a second. He's going to say a few words. But I want to say something about Javon Summer. Javon, stand up right there. Javon has been a real trooper for our school. 4 years he's been here. He's got a 3.3 GPA. Example to the other kids that you can do both, play basketball and have good grades. So we appreciate Javon for that and what he's meant. Javon gives us 100% effort. He's going to be successful in whatever he does. I'm fishing to reach of what he plans to do in the future. But I want to tell you personally that I love Javon, I appreciate Javon, and he's been a good school representative these 4 years. But he's wrote down some memories, and I'm going to read them because in honor of Javon. So I might get in trouble with some of them, but here's some of the memories he has. Traveling with a team on trips to Florida, Georgia, and Washington, D.C., and experiencing things such as the museums in Washington, and then going to Florida for the first time in his life and enjoying the beach. So that's some of his memories. A couple other memories that may be here is he's got me remembering when I got the van stuck on the beach in Daytona. So, and then finally, he remembers last year, 2 years ago when we were in Tennessee, and we won all 3 games in the tournament, and they forced me into taking them to get some wings in downtown Nashville, and he has right here, and I'll read his words. He remembers me and Coach Scott being scared because we were the only white people in that area. So that's some of his memories. The other things he plans to do after school is he wants to be in a basketball ministry. He also wants to work in the community with inner city kids that need the gospel, and that's very important. I appreciate that. He wants to become a basketball coach at any level and maybe here at Piedmont someday. So I appreciate you.
I'm kind of sick right now, but I'm just going to get through it. I enjoyed my 4 years here at Piedmont. Thank the faculty, Coach Walker taught me character. And he's the only man I know that just enforce character in your life. And that's a big help to me because that was the main thing I always wanted to just know and embrace. And every time you talk about the gospel and everything, it touched me my freshman year. And I always pick your mind and ask questions all the time about you. And just thank you, Coach. And thank your family, too. Helped me out when I was 18 or 17 when I was a lost boy who didn't even know what I wanted to do after high school. I transferred to other colleges, and even when I gave up on myself, she wasn't the one that gave up on me. She took me in and talked to some people at Piedmont, and I thank God that he sent that woman in my life to get back on track. And I want to thank my beautiful parents, Katrina and James Summers. I love y'all. Y'all everything to me. Thank you, Dad, for putting the ball in my hand when I was just 4 years old. Thank you, Mom, for always being there. Every moment, Mom. You never missed a day, never game. You're always there. And thank you. And last but not least, I want to thank my beautiful lady, Stacy. I love you. You support me through it all, everything. And today is not just about me, it's about thanking those who have been in my life, and especially you. You are so beautiful. I love you. And last but not least,
Okay, at this time, if everyone would please stand, remove your hats. Tonight, our invocation will be given by Seth Parnell.
Let's pray. Dear our Father, I just want to thank you so much just for everything that you do in our lives, God. Thank you for being there for us, and thank you for just the God that you are. God, I pray that you would just bless us tonight. Just be with both teams. Let us honor and glorify your name, and be with Bob Jones as they go back home for the safe trip. Just in our prayer. Amen.
And now, for the start for Bob Jones University, number 20, Jay Dexter. Number 21, Dustin Kilo. Number 22, Marshall Riddle. Number 23, Noah Smith. And number 30, Kyle Turner. And now it's time. Stand on your feet. Wave your
Testing 1, 2, 3. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's tip-off time here in downtown Winston-Salem, North Carolina, between the Piedmont International University Bruins and the Bob Jones University Bruins. So tonight, we could just say it's the battle of the Bruins. And both of these teams have had a history in the last 3 or 4 years of having some great games and some times that go right down to the wire. And so tonight, that's what we got on a very crisp, cold night. Friday evening, one of the coldest of the year, but it's absolutely opposite of that here in this gym. The atmosphere is electric, and these teams are ready to go. And if you were watching just a little bit earlier, Javon Summers, the senior point guard for Piedmont International University, was honored for senior night, and he proposed to his girlfriend, and I guess what a great time to do it on his last home game of the season. We're having just a little bit of audio technical difficulty at the moment, but we'll get that straightened out. Right now, the Bob Jones University Bruins lead 2-0, but the game is just underway with a little under 19 minutes left to play here in the first half. And we'll get you some names of some of the Bob Jones players here in a moment as we get this going. All right, 18:38 remaining to go here in the first half. Bob Jones University has the basketball. And defense, Piedmont comes out, looks like a man-to-man. And the Bruins from Greenville, South Carolina, have opened up with the first 2 buckets of the game, and it's 4-0. As we go in the game tonight, the referees who will be calling the game is head referee Gray Hill, and then we have Carlos Torian, and then Lindy Hall will be our 3 referees. And the coaches for both basketball teams, of course, Clint Walker for Piedmont International, and the coach for Bob Jones University, his name is Neil Ring, and Neil and I go way back. We played basketball together in high school against each other. We were rival schools in Arkansas. He went to Fairview Christian in Little Rock, and I went to Hot Springs Christian Academy in Hot Springs, and we had some great games through the years. And I'm not going to say who got the better of whom most of the time, but I probably wouldn't have brought it up if he had got the better of me. So that's how we're going to start this game out. It was 6-0. Then Malik Milton, Piedmont's leading scorer, drains a little 16-footer, and it's 6-2. Once again, we're having a little trouble, but we'll get it worked out here in a moment. All right, Bob Jones with the basketball. And number 30, Kyle Turner, is the one that dropped the last bucket, and it's 8-2, Bob Jones University. And there is a push-off by number 20, Shea Dexter, and that's going to go the other way. 16:35 left to play in the first half. Piedmont enters the game with a 13-14 overall record and 3-4 in the conference. And I talked to Coach Walker before the game, and he feels confident that Piedmont will be doing playoffs and hopefully as a 3 seed. Bob Jones University, they're 8-18 and 2-4 in the conference. And Milton drops one from about 24 and it's 8-5. And if Milton starts out like that, you better look out. Because the scorer at the table over there might have to get another book. And Milton comes down. He makes the scores. 8-7. Milton with all of Piedmont's points here in the first half. It's a 1-point game, 15:47 remaining. But the last time these two teams played was just last week in Greenville, South Carolina, and Bob Jones got the better of Piedmont. They won 90-84. And it was a tough game all the way to the finish. And I expect it to be the same way here tonight. Malik Milton will take a seat. And that'll bring in Roba Flint. And also Stuart Taylor. On the floor, you have the point guard, senior point guard out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina, right here, Javon Summers. And then number 15, Stuart Taylor. You got Tim Whirls. Summers tries a little around the back pass. Didn't quite get it. And Bob Jones has the ball. Roba Flint. 21 right down the road from Stokesdale. There's a good play by number 30, Kyle Turner, and Flint lost his man, and Bob Jones scores. 10-7, 14:48 remaining. Flint with a basketball. Tyson tries to give a head fake, puts it up. And referee Carlos Torian called a travel on him. And Flint will have a seat, so will Whirls. And Malik Milton back in the game, and the big man from Fayetteville, number 44. And once again, we're having a little difficulty. That's number 44, Nate Hewitt. 14:31 remaining. And number 3, Ray Holden, a junior guard out of Baltimore, Maryland, is at the line to shoot 2. And he drains the first one. And he knocks down the second one. 5-point lead for Bob Jones. Bob full court pressure. Summers slips down. Luckily, Taylor was there to recover. And they'll start the offense. 14:15 remaining. 15 on the shot clock. Left side to Summers. Tyson works it to Summers. And here's Milton. Nice pass into Taylor. Taylor to C.J. Tyson. And he scores. What a beautiful pass by Taylor. And I think we lost audio. I lost it, man. There's nothing. It's not working at all. There I believe we have it back. Yeah, we have it back now. I apologize for that. 13:43 remaining in the second half, or in the first half. 12-9, Bob Jones with the lead, and they will inbounds the basketball underneath their goal. On the floor for Bob Jones, number 5, Camden Jones. He's a senior guard out of Easley, South Carolina. And then there's number 55. He's Corey Turner. And number 3, Camden, Ray Holden. And number 22, Marshall Riddle. And number 21, Dustin Kilo or Kilo. Not for sure exactly how you pronounce it, but he's out of Lakeland, Florida. Piedmont with the basketball. Stuart Taylor will bring it down. Justin Valentine in the basketball game for Piedmont now, and there's Tyson open from three, and you better not give that man an inch from three-point range because he absolutely will burn you. And Tyson knocks it down, and the ball game's tied. 12:52 remaining in the second half. Kyle Turner with a miss. Piedmont with a rebound. Piedmont quickly gets it up court. Valentine left side. Taylor right to Tyson. Back to Taylor. Gets in the lane. Gets tied up a little bit and took a couple extra steps. Piedmont moving the ball well though here in the first half, and that's a good sign. Because Piedmont has the athletes and the ability to score and score quickly. This year, they're a young team. This year, they've been prone to a few mistakes as far as on offense of being patient and taking shots that maybe was a little ill-advised or a little too quick. But they work that basketball around and work the offense. They have the players that can burn you. 15 on the shot clock, 11:45 left to play in the first half. Valentine knocks it down, but there was a whistle before the shot. And it'll be Piedmont's basketball. There's a little zip play. I've seen that play the last 4 years at Piedmont. Coach Walker runs it at least twice a game, I would say, and I've only seen it not work maybe 2 or 3 times. And that was to Milton, and Milton with 9 of Piedmont's 14 points, and the game is tied at 11:20 remaining here in the first half. Nice little pass from Dustin Kilo to Shea Dexter. They've run that play a couple times now, and it's been effective for them. Javon Summers and Tim Worrells set to come back in for Piedmont, and there's what I'm talking about. Tyson left open from 3, and he drains it. That's his second one. Valentine with good defense on Marshall Riddle. Hewitt almost comes up with a steal. And there's that little back door. Nice little outlet to Dustin Kilo, but he can't knock it down, and Piedmont with a basketball. Milton, not for sure if that's what you want. Pulls up and shoots it from 25. And with Milton, that's what you're going to get. He's going to have a couple 3 plays during the game that you might shake your head at, but I guarantee you he will make it up on others. Milton is a player that's fun to watch. And there's a timeout on the floor. 18-17. Bob Jones with a 1-point lead, 10:15 remaining in the first half. Milton with 9 first half points. Tyson, CJ, both of those 3-pointers to lead the Bruins. Piedmont will take it the length of the court. Summers back in the game. I tell you what, you can't say enough about Javon Summers' career here at Piedmont. Worrells puts it up from 3 and misses. Hewitt, I'm sure, would like to have that shot back. It didn't quite get his feet set. Makes a good defensive play, a nice block. And I believe Valentine was called for the foul. 18-17, 9:51 remaining. Bob Jones will have the basketball on the baseline. And the gentleman that I have the privilege tonight up here in the little booth on the camera, my good friend Devin Ferguson. And as we're speaking, Dustin Kilo knocks one down from 3. And over here, a little farther to my left, working the computer, the brains of the operation, Chad Watson. Piedmont with a miss. Bob Jones quickly down court. Kilo pulls up, shoots a nice little 8-footer, doesn't drop. Or, let me rephrase. Who just dropped a 3. And that was Marshall Riddle who pulled up and shot the jumper and missed. And Bob Jones now with a 7-point lead. 8:55 left. Roba Flint back in the basketball game. And they're going to call that one on Dustin Kilo. Milton trying to fight through traffic, and Kilo decided to grab onto him a little bit and try to make his day a little more difficult getting to the top. Milton is not an easy assignment, I assure you. Tyson, nice little pass out to Flint. And that's the shot you want from Flint. He just didn't drop it. Bob Jones quickly down court. Bob Jones moving the ball around really well. And Worrells just a little too aggressive on his closeout defense. And Camden Jones went by him and scored. 9-point lead for Bob Jones. Coach Walker on the sidelines, calling the plays. Milton now with the ball to Flint. That's what you want, Flint. I think maybe Roba was surprised that he was that wide open, but that's the shot you want him to take. Looked like a travel, wasn't called, and Tyson with a block on Shea Dexter. But there was call a foul. Gonna call a foul on him. 7:45 left to play here in the first half. Piedmont down by 9. Shea Dexter at the free throw line. And he knocks that one down off the backboard. Might get a few little smirks from the other players, but the fact is that's a point. Bob Jones up by 10. Shea Dexter, they have him as a freshman guard out of Garland, Texas. Piedmont now with the basketball, down by 11. Piedmont a little stale. And there's Tyson, and he drains his third 3 of the half. He's got 9, and that'll cut it to 8. That will cut the lead to 8. Nice step out by Nate Hewitt, and Hewitt gets the rebound as well. Taylor comes down, wisely pulls it back. Nice pass from Javon Summers into Hewitt. Hewitt just couldn't drop it. If you get Hewitt going down low, you better look out as well. And Camden Jones kind of lowered his shoulder a little bit. Wasn't called. Good defense by Hewitt. There's a whistle. And Lindy Hall doing what he does best, calling a foul on Javon Summers. Those two have had a kind of a funny relationship through the years here at Piedmont. They might smile at each other on one play and then might be frowning on the next. And Tyson with a nice steal right down the lane, splits two defenders and scores. Piedmont cut the lead to 6. 6:20 left in the first half. That'll be off the foot of C.J. Tyson. Kalen Bird into the basketball game for Piedmont International. And Marshall Riddle will take a seat for Bob Jones and Noah Smith in the game. Kyle Turner with the post-up move on Nate Hewitt. And Turner gets the call on that particular play, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. He drops his first one. Lead at 7. 6:12 remaining in the first half. If you can take a look over sitting on Piedmont's bench, on the very end is Michael Key, who's out for the season with a knee injury. He was Piedmont's leading scorer when he came in for the second semester, averaging almost 27 points a game. And then Tanner Poole, sitting right next to him, is not playing either this particular game, and for an injury as well. And I tell you, that's 2 players that any coach would be glad to have on the floor at any given time. 3 on the shot clock. Taylor gets it off. Nice little pass from Worrells. Taylor misses it, and Worrells open for 3, and Worrells does what he does best on this basketball court, and he drops down a 3. It's good to see Worrells knocking that down. Piedmont is only down by 5 now. You can see that spark in the eye of Piedmont, and Hewitt gets his hand in there. Milton comes up with a steal. Kalen Bird all the way and scores. Beautiful teamwork by the Bruins, and it's a 3-point game with 4:58 remaining in the first half. And that's fun basketball to watch. And if we could get a full 40 minutes like that from Piedmont in this league, in this division, Piedmont would be a tough team to beat on any given night. Coach Walker and assistant coach Bob Mabe has done a wonderful job with this team, very young. But you have play of senior guard Javon Summers, and just let me speak about Javon here while we're in this timeout. Javon Summers and Michael Key, the individual, the player sitting on the bench that I was speaking of earlier, that was the leading scorer and is out for the season with a knee injury, came in together. And through the years, I've seen Javon mature, and I've seen Javon become not only a great basketball player, but just a great person and a great individual. And Javon is going to be a wonderful influence on a lot of people's lives for years to come. And I think sometimes these guys don't even realize what kind of an influence and an impact they have on especially young people's lives. And I wish Javon the best. I had the privilege of assistant coaching this basketball team for the last couple of years, and I've helped some this year as well. And I've taken Javon out to eat at lunch several times and just got to know him, and I wish him the best. And Javon possibly could be the best point guard that has ever played for Piedmont. And it's saying something that this kid not only has stayed here his 4 years and will be graduating, but he's also kept up a grade point average, I believe, of 3.4, 3.5. And if there's any young men or even young ladies out there watching this game tonight, Javon Summers, number 1 for Piedmont International University, is a young man that you can look up to and pattern your life after. And we appreciate Javon being the person that he is. And we are glad, as Piedmont International University is glad, that he is a student, a basketball player, and a good example. And that should be an over and back on Bob Jones, but Lindy Hall let him get away with it. 4:22 remaining here in the first half. Bob Jones up by 3. And Lindy Hall blows his whistle and calls a foul, I believe on Nathan Hewitt, number 44. Bob Jones with a lead. 4 minutes left to go in the first half. Milton pulls up from about 28 feet. I thought it was going to go, but it doesn't drop. And Bob Jones will bring the basketball down. Nice box out by Roba Flint. And Corey Turner was over his back. And that'll go to show that if you box out and do the fundamentals correctly on rebounding, and I'm sure Roba won't mind me saying this, but the shortest and maybe the slowest guy on the court at this particular moment, and when I say that, don't get me wrong, the kid can play basketball, but because he did the fundamentals and boxed out, he's the one that gets the call, and it put him on the line, and he knocked down the first one. Roba Flint, just a freshman. And prospect that I'm sure Coach Walker's glad to have. And Flint knocks down both of them. 4-point lead for Bob Jones. Piedmont with aggressive defense, man-to-man. Bob Jones moving the ball around well. And a couple players on Bob Jones University's team looks like they're kind of shoving off a little bit. And I bet that call may be made here before too long. I believe Coach Walker has mentioned it once or twice to Lindy Hall, who is standing next to Piedmont's bench at the moment. Good defense by Piedmont, but they let one get away from them. And that was a good play by Bob Jones University. Good execution on offense. And those are the type of plays that you have to set up. You have to set up your defensive, the guy playing defense on you. That play just doesn't happen in 3 or 4 seconds. And when a play like that works, then it's done well and it's done right. It looked like Milton got shoved out of bounds a little bit, but Bob Jones will get the call. 5-point lead for Bob Jones. 2:51 left in the first half. And although these two teams are not in the same conference, this game has turned out to be a rivalry between the two teams. For one, both of them are named the Bruins. And except for UCLA, there's a nice play by Javon Summers, who takes it all the way. Looked like he got bumped, but didn't get the call, but he still scores, and it's a 3-point lead now for Bob Jones University. But both teams are called the Bruins. I was sitting there just watching the play for a second. I apologize. Once again, Bob Jones executed their offense really well, and Shea Dexter missed an easy one. But Bob Jones University was there to pick it up and put it back in, and they scored. 5-point lead. Valentine pulls up from the missed it. But both teams are called the Bruins, both teams with the same colors. Valentine out to Summers. Summers goes all the way. And I tell you what, looked like Summers was about to throw that one down. He went up. And Dustin Kilo, and if Dustin is watching this game later, and I'm not pronouncing his last name correct, I apologize. But Dustin Kilo was there and played pretty good defense on Summers. But Summers will go to the line, and he's a little long on the first one. It might be those engagement jitters for Mr. Summers. Javon, generally a pretty good free throw shooter when games are on the line. Misses the first one. 1:29 left to play in the first half. 33. And he nails the second one. 4-point lead. Both teams are in the bonus. And Camden Jones will bring the basketball down for Bob Jones University. Good defense by Stuart Taylor. They were trying to get the post pass into Ray Holden. And there's a whistle on the floor. And there's a discussion with Gray Hill and Roba Flint. I think Roba may have a cut or something on him where it's possibly blood. Take a seat and get that taken care of. Good defense by Valentine that time. And Marshall Riddle pulled up and knocked down a nice little 17, 18 footer. That was a pretty shot. Had a lot of elevation on it. And the game is back to a 6-point lead for Bob Jones. Summers with the right side over to Valentine. Valentine pulls up from 3 and misses. Valentine usually a pretty good shooter from that distance. Not for sure if that's the shot Piedmont wanted at. But it could have been where Coach Walker wanted them to shoot it fairly quickly so they could get the basketball back. 16 seconds difference between the two. Nice box out by Milton, but the ball got tipped around, now bounced around. And Camden Jones, or Ray Holden, comes up with it and scores. Milton out to Summers. Summers pulls up. Foot on the line, so it's only a 2. And that's a way to knock that shot down, Javon, right before halftime. We go into halftime, 42-36. Bob Jones with a 6-point lead. And we'll be back in a little while. And hopefully we'll have assistant coach Bob Mabe discuss a few things with us before we start the second half. So we'll see you in a little while. Testing. We are back. Okay, now I will try to get you these stats now. For Bob Jones University, on our printout, I don't actually see who's the scorers and who aren't. I apologize. We'll get that fixed here in just a moment, and we'll give you some of the statistics here in a little bit. 18-11 remaining to go here in the second half, and Bob Jones has extended the lead to 8 and make it 10 as Marshall Riddle takes it the length of the court, and Tim Worrells tried to slow him down a little bit, but Riddle took it all the way. 46-36. Milton wide open in the corner, and he drains it. And Milton starting the second half off just like he started the first half. He started the first half out with Piedmont's first 7 points. And he's got 12 for the game. 46-39, 17-14 remaining. And just like that, make it 10 again. Marshall Riddle drains it. And Piedmont once again finds himself down by 10. And there's Milton, who was wide open, missed it. Oh! And Tyson gets fouled really hard by number 30, Kyle Turner. And I don't advocate hurting anyone, and I'm certain that Kyle Turner wasn't doing that. But if you're going to foul somebody down low, sometimes that may be the way to take them out, because you want to make for sure that they don't score and a foul called on you. Tyson drains both free throws. And Tyson, a 77% free throw shooter on the season, knocks both of them down right there. Now, Bob Jones University with an 8-point lead, and the senior guard right here from Winston-Salem, Javon Summers with the steal, and he takes it all the way, and it's a 6-point game. And Piedmont just didn't get back. That will give a coach gray hair faster than anything than to make mistakes like that. And the basketball went into Hewitt, and Hewitt turned around and missed the shot, but comes back and makes a great defensive play. Summers now with it. And Hewitt and Tyson just happened to cut to the same spot at the same time. And Summers had a great pass to the location, but when both of them show up at the same time, and once again there's, and once again it works. 6-point lead. It was 10 just a moment ago. Summers all over Marshall Riddle. And once again, end around play and by Bob Jones, they just couldn't convert. And Worrells takes it all the way in and gets fouled. 51-45, 15:38 remaining. And Kalen Bird ready to check in for Milton. And Worrells knocks them both down, and it's a 4-point game. And Piedmont right back into it. 15:32 left. Camden Jones with a basketball. And Lindy Hall calls a walk. And Piedmont will take over with a chance to cut it to 2 or even 1. And Tyson, not for sure what he's doing with it, around the back pass there. And Whirls had a pretty good look but couldn't knock it down. Bob Jones up the court fairly quick. Hewitt with a good defensive play, knocks it out, and Whirls comes up with it. Out to Milton. Milton pulls up from about 17, misses it. Bird there with the rebound, kicks it out to Whirls. Whirls, a nice pass to Milton. And Milton takes it all the way in, misses it, adds to his stats with a rebound, and then drops it in. And it's a 2-point game, 14:38 remaining. Good ball movement by the Piedmont International University Bruins. And Coach Neil Ring decides this time to take a timeout and make a speech. And Piedmont on an 8-0 run. Referees Gray Hill and Carlos Torian and Lindy Hall all out there discussing a few things. And I tell you what, a lot of times we give referees a lot of trouble. And we make faces at some of the calls, and we ooh and ah, and sometimes we agree with them and sometimes we don't. But I'll be honest with you, being a referee is not easy by any stretch of the imagination. And sometimes if these guys don't get a call right, we just have to shake it off and let it go. And I think sometimes, and in this game, it seems like it's a pretty fairly and good called game. I don't see too many people upset about it. But I know sometimes, and it seems like, but it is a very tough job being a referee at any level. But I would say college would have to be really tough with the environment that it has and with the age group. They've done a good job here tonight. Bob Jones being patient on offense. Good ball movement. They worked it around really well, and Corey Turner had a nice shot, knocked it down from about 15, and it's a 4-point game. Bob Jones with the lead. Kalen Bird to Milton, who's on the right side. Looked like they tried to run a little pick and roll with Hewitt. Didn't work out. Bird, a little runner, missed it, but Hewitt knocked it around. And Bird from 3, misses it. Milton with a rebound. And they kick it back out, and they'll start this offense back up again. Piedmont doing a pretty good job on the offensive board tonight. Several times. They didn't exactly get the rebound off the bat, but they knocked it around until they could come up with it. And Hewitt's done a good job in there tonight doing that. Hewitt hasn't looked as dominant tonight as he sometimes can, and they run that zip play for the 3rd time in a row, and for the 3rd time in a row, it works. And I told you the first time they ran it that I've only seen a couple, 3 times in the years that I've been here that it hasn't worked. And it's a 2-point game. Looked like a push-off on offense, but no call was made. And Corey Turner knocks it down. And that's 2 baskets in a row from Turner. Kalen Bird trying to get it inside to Hewitt. Hewitt lowers his shoulder, puts up a shot, misses it, knocks the rebound out to Tyson, and Tyson puts it up and in, and it's a 2-point game. And if this game is any indication of how it's gone through the years with these two teams, it's going to probably go down to the wire. Milton. And there's one of those plays that I told you will make you shake your head and wonder what he's doing. And you're going to get 2 or 3 of those from him. But as a coach, you just kind of shake your head and go with it, because he might score the next 10 points in a row for Piedmont. And Dustin Kilo pulls one up from at least 27, 28 feet, and he drops it. 5-point lead for Bob Jones. And Tyson decides to match him, and he does. He drains one. Same side of the court from about the same distance. Good pass. And another good pass inside. And I think Kilo was the recipient of that one, and he scored. Javon Summers tries to drive the baseline, but Marshall Riddle was called for the foul. And Riddle will take a seat. And number 23, Noah Smith, the junior, out of Beckley, West Virginia, will come in. Valentine taking the ball out of bounds for Piedmont. They pull it back out, and he drains it. And they always say you better look out for the guy taking the basketball out of bounds, and that's exactly what happened. Kyle Turner threw a little elbow and gets away with it. And Noah Smith just came in the game, gets the rebound, scores. Tyson pulls up from 25 at the top and drains it. And that's Tyson's 5th 3 of the night. And this ball game is tied at 62 with 10:35 remaining to play in this ball game. And there's a turnover by Bob Jones, and Piedmont gets it back, and they leave Tyson wide open. The guy that takes the ball out of bounds, he's the guy you should be looking for, and he was open. It was too close, I believe. Tyson used to shooting it from 25 feet. Turner with the 3 and misses. And here Summers with the left misses. Hewitt throws up a shot that I'm sure he wishes he could take back, but it's too late now. Ball game tied, and Bruins from Bob Jones up the court quickly. And Kyle Turner took it up against Hewitt, and they call a foul on Hewitt. Set to check in the game for Piedmont, number 21, Roba Flint, number 15, Stuart Taylor. And Kyle Turner knocks down the first one. Not for sure exactly what the whistle was for, but we're ready to go. Roba Flint with another good box out, but the ball took kind of a bad bounce, and Taylor tried to save it from out of bounds, and he had nowhere to go with it. Third checking in the game for Javon Summers. And here's who you have on the court for Piedmont. You have Kalen Bird, Roba Flint, C.J. Tyson, Stuart Taylor, and Justin Valentine. And Shea Dexter just takes it in all the way and scores. Lead back up to 3. Nice pass out to Valentine, who drains it. And Piedmont has a hot hand from 3. And Riddle better look out. He keeps throwing an elbow, and he threw a bad pass after he threw the elbow, and Piedmont comes up with it. Taylor kicks it back out to Bird, who's in trouble in the corner, and Coach Clint Walker understood the situation and wisely called a timeout. With Piedmont with the momentum at this particular point in the game, even though it's tied, that was a good call from Walker. And it looks like Coach Walker's drawing up a play. And I know sometimes if you don't know the game of basketball that well, I think a lot of people think that's what coaches are doing. While they're in the huddle, they're either yelling at their players or they're drawing up a play. But there's a lot more things that happen in a huddle. But this particular time, I would be willing to bet that there's going to be some kind of play come out of it. And if I was a betting man, I would say the ball is going to go to number 2, C.J. Tyson. He's got 5 3-pointers for the game, and I bet number 6 might be coming up. Tyson drives the lane and shoots. It wasn't a 3 like we thought it might be. And Kyle Turner for Bob Jones was there and made a really good defensive play on Tyson. And Valentine decides to play a little chicken with Ray Holden to see if he would shoot it from 3 or not, and Holden did and missed it. But Bob Jones University with a rebound. And Kyle Turner will go to the line to shoot 2. Drops in the first one. And he drops the second one. 2-point game. 8:52 remaining to play in this basketball game. And Coach Walker has his starters on the bench, except for Tyson. Nice little pass into Bird, who takes it in the land of the trees and makes an errant pass. And Bob Jones with a rebound, and they go down, and Noah Smith decides he wants to get in on the long distance shooting, but he missed it. And there was a foul on, and it'll be Piedmont's basketball. Javon Summers and Malik Milton back in the game for Piedmont. And with this crew that Piedmont has on the floor, you might see a full court press coming up. Nice pass in from Summers. And Stuart Taylor just couldn't come up with it with the finish. Ray Holden came down, had a 3, decided better against it, and then took about 3 dribbles and pulled up and dropped about a 16-footer. And Bob Jones up by 4. Hewitt is back in the game for Piedmont, and he'll come in for Taylor. And now Piedmont with a little more size in their lineup. Tyson takes out the basketball, gets it back. Milton to Valentine, and they're working the ball around really well. Javon Summers pulls up for three and misses it, and great defensive play by the senior guard. Pulls up, misses. Valentine for three. Bounces around, doesn't fall, and Bob Jones with a rebound. It looked like Marshall Riddle and Javon Summers got into a little bit of verbal confrontation, and Riddle took it just a little farther than that and was called for the foul. And Piedmont's bench better be careful. Boys will be boys, and that's what's happening right now. Just a little bit of talking between them. And with these two schools, that doesn't surprise me. And the referees do a good job by containing it and just basically leaving it at that. Referee Gray Hill discussing the situation with Bob Jones University's coach Neil Ring. And play has now resumed. 4-point lead for Bob Jones University. And they have the basketball. And Riddle and Summers still guarding each other in the post, and now Summers will get the call. Summers trying to plead his case, but you could see that coming for a while before the whistle was blown. .6:58 remaining to play here in the second half. Riddle pushes off on Summers. They don't call it, and Turner has the hot hand here in the second half, and he drops down another one. And Bob Jones with a 6-point lead. Bob Jones in a 2-1-2 zone. They're going to take it in to Hewitt. Hewitt out to Valentine, and he misses. And Ray Holden and Noah Smith both went for the rebound for Bob Jones University, and neither one of them could come up with it. Ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be Piedmont's basketball. And Bob Jones University has finally decided that zip play is not going to work on them anymore. But Tyson, wide open from three. He couldn't get it to fall. Ray Holden took it all the way. Couldn't get it to fall. Ball bounced around several times. And Holden, I believe, just a little bit frustrated with all the effort he put in to try to get that one to drop. And he wrapped his arm a little bit too hard around Nate Hewitt. And that'll put Hewitt at the line. Piedmont in the bonus. Hewitt, 1-1. And Hewitt drops down the first one. Nathan Hewitt, a 67% free throw shooter. Drops them both down. And I'll tell you what, at this stage in the game, those were two big free throws. Good defense by Hewitt. But on that particular play, Shea Dexter had the better hand, and he scored. And Hewitt at 6'8", 6'9", and Dexter at 6'4". You would think Hewitt would win that battle most of the time. And Summers knocks down the little 15-footer. And Coach Walker calls the timeout. And he's going to set up his defense for the 5:26 left remaining to play in the second half. For Piedmont, Malik Milton came out on fire in the first half. He scored the first 7 points of the first half for Piedmont, and then he came out and nailed a 3 at the beginning of the second half, and he's been relatively quiet for the last 5 or 6 minutes of the game. But I have watched Milton play all year, and you can tell when he's about to start scoring a few more. And with 5:26 remaining, Milton will probably start shooting the ball a little bit more the team, because that's just what he does. He can take over. He can absolutely take over a basketball game. That's the ability this young man has. But Tyson has kept him in it by his hot hand from three-point line. He's knocked down 6 of them, I believe, and full court pressure now being applied by Piedmont, and Summers almost came up with a steal. The Bruins get the ball across midcourt. And Shea Dexter tries to take it in on Milton, gets fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. 4-point lead for Bob Jones University. And he knocks down the first one. Hewitt with a big rebound. Out to Tyson, up to Summers. Summers wisely kicks it out to Tyson. And he's missed 2 in a row now from 3. And there was a good look from Noah Smith. But Hewitt with a huge block. And Bob Jones University got the basketball back, and this time Hewitt fouled him. And so Shea Dexter, I'm having a tough time saying that name for some reason, but he's back at the line to shoot 2. And number 55, Corey Turner, in the game for Bob Jones University. Number 55 and number 30, I believe, are brothers. And Kyle Turner. And from the way they played tonight, that's a good set of brothers to have on your team. Both playing very well. 6-point lead for Bob Jones, and Milton tried to take it in. Looked like he got fouled, but they didn't make the call. And there was a fight for it. And several people were on the floor trying to get the basketball, and Corey Turner, the guy that just came in the game, wisely drove it and called a timeout. So with 4:30 remaining here in the second half, remaining to play in this basketball game, Piedmont finds themselves down by 6. They were down by 10 at one time and brought it all the way back and tied the game. But to my knowledge, I don't believe Piedmont took the lead. I believe it was tied at 62 And since then, Bob Jones University has been 6 points better. Both teams in the bonus. The possession arrow is pointing to Bob Jones. Riddle taking the basketball out. Nice pass to Turner, to Kyle Turner. That's a nice play, inbounds play set up by Coach Neil Ring. And Riddle passed that basketball. It was no look. It's a nice play to watch. Unfortunately, it put us down by 8. Whirls, gets it around quickly to C.J. Tyson, and the hot hand he had earlier from 3 has gone cold. And Tyson had kept him in the game most of the second half when Milton kind of went cold. And now with both of them, and Malik Milton is down. I'm not for sure how badly he's hurt. But he looks like he's going to be all right. But with Milton not scoring the way he can at this particular moment in the game, and C.J. Tyson going cold, the Bruins from Bob Jones University has taken advantage, and it's a 9-point, make it 10-point lead. And so Bob Jones matches their biggest lead of the game, and with 3:41 remaining, it's do or die time for Piedmont International. And this is where you're going to see Milton take over. And he goes all the way in to score. And referee Gray Hill calls that one on Kyle Turner. Coach Walker and assistant coach Bob Mabe discussing the situation. And Milton misses the first one. And I know assistant coaches a lot of times don't get talked about very much. But I tell you what, Piedmont International has a good one in assistant coach Bob Mabe. He knows the game very well. He's a good teacher. And he compliments Coach Walker very well. Coach Walker can be the intimidating, get in your face kind of coach. When he can be upset at a player, pull him out of the game, and set him on the end of the bench. And Coach Mabe will walk down there and quietly and nicely, I guess you could say, will tell that individual why he's sitting on the end of the bench. And it kind of works out pretty well. And he's done a great job for Piedmont this year. And Piedmont's happy to have him. And Coach May played his high school basketball, I want to say, at North Stokes. It's either South Stokes or North Stokes. And if I got it wrong, the rivals between those two schools, he would probably be upset at me. But I was talking to him the other day and asking him about it. And he, one game had 44 points, I believe is what he said. And I don't care if you're playing in high school or if you're playing middle school ball at the Y. Anytime you drop 44, that's an accomplishment. So with 3:37 remaining, Piedmont is down by 9. Bob Jones University has the basketball. They're going to take it full court, and Piedmont's going to do everything they can to stop them. It's crunch time. And there's good defense by the Bruins from Piedmont, and it's a turnover. And very quickly, Shea Dexter and Ray Holden back in the game for Bob Jones University. Summers with the basketball. The senior guard drives it right side to Milton. Milton being guarded very closely on the outside. And this is where Whirls with a three-pointer, he misses. Tyson's there for the rebound, and he scores. 3:03 remaining, 7-point game. And this is where you want to play mistake-free basketball. This is where doing well in practice and working hard there and learning can a lot of times make or break you in a crunch time situation. And there's a call away from the basketball, and from the look on his face, I would say it's on Tim Whirls. And that'll put Kyle Turner at the line. And from here on out, after Turner shoots this one, he misses it. And Stuart Taylor with a rebound. From here on out, it's a two-shot bonus for both teams. 2:36 remaining. Possession arrow will go to Bob Jones University. Whirls to Tyson from three, and he missed it. Didn't follow a shot, might have had it, but Tyson is there, comes up with a rebound. Taylor misses it, and Summers comes up with it. Gets it to Whirls. Whirls pulls up from three, misses it. And this is just a time for Piedmont where they don't need to go cold, and they have. They were on fire earlier in the second half, and they were dropping them from three. And they have just gone cold. And you can play all the defense you want, and that's close to a 5-second call, and Piedmont with another steal. Tyson to Valentine. 38 remaining. And Summers, the senior guard, with a nice pass to Tyson, and he can't drop it. And that's 4 in a row Tyson's missed. Looked like Riddle with a shove off. Didn't get called. Then he makes a bad pass, but he was fouled doing it. And he'll go to the line to shoot two. 43 remaining. Piedmont down by 7. And Piedmont has done really well on pressure defense in the last couple of minutes. They've come up with 4 or 5 turnovers, but they just can't capitalize because they can't drop the shot. 8-point lead. Riddle drops them both, and it's back to a 9-point lead. Well, this is where we're going to see what Piedmont is made out of. I was with this team a couple of years ago, and we were playing Coastal Carolina Community College outside of Raleigh, and we were down by 10 with 57 seconds remaining. And Coach Walker called a full-court press. And we shot a 3-point shot with 1 second left. That would have won the game for us, but we missed it. So I know this team is capable of doing it, but they're not going to do it if they can't put it in the basket. And that's been Piedmont's problem the last 3 or 4 minutes of this basketball game. Their defense has been great. They just can't put it in the hole. So for Piedmont, you got Whirls, Valentine, C.J. Tyson, Malik Milton, and Javon Summers on the court. And any one of those young men can rain down a 3 on you at any given time. And I figure that's about is what's going to we're going to see what's happening. And Milton takes it all the way and just missed. 9-point game, and Summers with a steal. And once again, Piedmont comes up with a steal. Milton out to Valentine, and we need this one to drop, and he doesn't. And Worth had the rebound and then lost it. 1:08 remaining. 9-point lead for Bob Jones University. And unless a miracle happens, the boys from Greenville, South Carolina will walk away with a victory. And on February I'm going to get it right here in a minute. February the 12th. Naturally it couldn't have been a month like March or June. But on February the 12th last week, Piedmont was in, and Bob Jones won 90-84. And so Bob Jones will have the best of Piedmont this year. And I'll tell you right now, that's not going to be something that any one of these players on this team or any of the coaches are going to take very well. 57 seconds remaining. Clock started briefly before Milton picked it up. And they need to get a shot off, and quickly. And Valentine just kind of fades away, and that shot has kind of been the story of the last 5 minutes of this basketball game. (83-72), 11-point lead, 45 seconds remaining. And Ray Holden misses the first one. But I'm not sure it's going to matter at this particular point in the game. He drops the second one to make it a 12-point game, which is Bob Jones's largest lead. But I'm not for sure what Piedmont's waiting on. Summers puts one up, gets it partially blocked, and Taylor kicks it out. Bad pass. Good defense by Milton. They call a foul on him. On Riddle. Or Riddle go the line, and 25 seconds remaining, and that'll be the ball game. And the freshman, number 50, Big John Reese, will check in the game for Bob Jones. Number 32, Sean Best, out of Mount Airy, checking in the basketball game for Bob Jones as well. And Roba Flynn will come into the game for Piedmont. And it was a good game, fun game to watch, except for about the last 5 minutes when Piedmont couldn't buy a basket. And that was the story of the game. Bob Jones played really well. And Piedmont did as well. It's just Bob Jones shot the ball better in the last 5 minutes. And they knocked down their free throws when they needed to. So the trip back to Greenville won't be as long as it could have been. But once again, another tight game between these two. And this year, the Bruins from Greenville will have the bragging rights. And that'll do it. As the clock ticks down from 10 seconds, your final score should be 86-72. Bob Jones wins it by 14. And that'll do it here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. University will go to 9-18 on the season. And Piedmont will go to 13-15. And Bob Jones' next game will be Southern Wesleyan University. And Piedmont's next basketball game, well, I had it right here in front of me a moment ago and I can't find it. I'm not for sure exactly who they play. And our cameraman, Devin Ferguson, comes up with a schedule, and it'll be Tuesday night. It'll be Toccoa Falls. That'll be a big conference game for the Bruins. And then it'll be the tournament, the district tournament, and it's held here at Piedmont International Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of next week. So to everyone out there, good night. Have a good weekend and be safe. Score: Bob Jones University 86, Piedmont International 72. And just one quick note is that was Bob Jones's largest lead of the game was 14, and the game was a lot closer than 14 points. And we'll see you here on Tuesday night. Have a good weekend.